Bowman. Welcome to 101 for using a clicker. So this is my dog Magnus. We're going to just talk about different types of clickers that are out there. There's three main types of clickers. There's the box clicker. Box clicker is your most affordable clicker and it's the loudest. It is a little more difficult to use. You've got to put your hand inside and push down on the little metal piece that's in there. The second type of clicker is this white one here. It's nice and low profile. It's small, has this nice lanyard. It's not quite as loud as the box clicker. The third clicker is called an iClick. It's got this raised button, which is super cool. This raised button is nice if you're gonna do different things where your hands are occupied. You could always click it with your foot or something like that. But all three of these clickers are nice and easy to use. If you don't have a clicker, you could always use like a ballpoint pen or yes, something like that. Using a word like yes works just fine for reinforcement training when you're working with your dog. But there are some things that make that word a little more inconsistent, unreliable in training your dog. Yes can be flavored with your emotion at the time. So if you're frustrated, your yes might not be as chipper, up, and positive. Where a click is always the same. A click is always positive, means that I get some reinforcement and a treat and helps keep your dog engaged. So when you don't have a clicker, using the word yes works. In introducing a new tough skill, I would go back to my clicker. Do you have to be stuck to your clicker forever? No. Once your dog learns a skill, the clicker is just there to occasionally come back to kind of bring it back up if it's slipped a little bit or to reinforce it. Or you may never use a clicker again. I, every now and then, bring my clicker out to teach a new trick or a new skill or just to clean up an old skill. Every few weeks, I bring it on my loose leash walking just to kind of remind my dog to be exactly where I want him when I'm walking. So no, you don't need a clicker forever. It just helps in the learning training process, and then you don't need it any longer. Next, you will need some treats. I have little containers like this all throughout my house, and that way whenever something happens that I need to reinforce my dog, I've got treats everywhere. So that was what I just did. Is my dog is doing really great at just sitting here calmly hanging out with me. This is exactly what I want my dog to do. So I'm reinforcing that. I'm saying, you're doing a great job. Everything you're doing, I want you to continue and resume. You're paying attention to me. You're quiet. Like, this is super. So reinforcements, the treats. Do we have to have treats forever? Yes and no. Would he still be like this even if I didn't have treats? Yeah, probably. But if you can hear there's my neighbors are out working and different things going on, he might not be as attentive to me if I didn't have treats. I'm able to have him sit here with me and hang out because he's like, all right, good things are happening here, I'm getting treats. So it does help in certain areas where there's more distractions, and we'll be introducing that word a lot. The distractions here right now are my neighbor working in the backyard, birds, trees, wind, dogs walking around. So all of those things could possibly have Magnus leave or not be focused on me. But because we're in a training session, he's done a lot of them, he's like, oh, I want to hang out here and have an ability to earn some treats. And that's kind of what training sessions are for your dog, a great ability for them to have some control over their life and earn a cool paycheck, actually. So treats vary based on the amount of distractions present. So these are really relatively medium value treats for my dog. They're just store-bought liver and cheddar and dried liver treats, a variety, which keeps him excited and interested. If we're doing something really easy and we're in the house, I could even use his kibble and subtract that from his meal so that way I don't overfeed him. If we're doing something that is harder for him or higher distracting, like we're in the front yard or we're loose leash walking in a park, I may actually bring some cut up chicken or some steak or gosh, peanut butter, cream cheese. You know the little Philadelphia cream cheese packets, individual packets? We'll introduce those later, but those are great for like loose leash walking and stuff. But as you have more distractions, as it's harder for your dog, you want a treat that is more exciting for him. And I use the word treat and reinforcement interchangeably. So this is reinforcing Magnus for doing what he's doing. He's hanging out by my side and paying attention to me. So that's kind of about treats. Like I said, these containers I have all over the house so I can reinforce whenever. There's also, I would recommend getting some kind of treat pouch or something, or you could just put treats in your pocket, but sometimes that's a little hard to fumble with getting treats in and out. I like this particular treat pouch because it's got a big wide opening. It's got a strap that you can buy with it. It's got a clip so you can clip it to your holsters, other pockets and stuff. I've got dog poo bags, everything here for our walks. But yeah, this is my favorite one because how big and easy it is to use. My second favorite one is this one here. I like this one because it's got a spring-loaded kind of closure. So if we're doing something more active, like running or jogging or agility work or other things, I can close it really fast so then my treats don't fall out. So that's another cool one. There's smaller, low-profile ones for just quick and easy that can just attach to your pants. And there's also silicone ones if you have like stinky treats like chicken or whatever, then you can wash them, put them in your dishwasher and stuff really easily. So just kind of shop around and find the treat pouch that works for you. Now we're going to talk about using the clicker and working with it. So Magnus is obviously pretty attentive to me. We've done this a lot, but what you're going to do is practice clicking and treating or giving reinforcement. So when Magnus looks at me, I'm gonna give him a treat. So in the beginning, he might not look at me because your dog doesn't know this game. So I'm just kind of waiting for any motion he has moving towards my direction. There. So you saw that pause. He was kind of like, what are we doing? Let's figure it out. And then he eventually looked right at me. And right when his eyes looked at me, I clicked my clicker. And this is going to take some practice on your part, learning when to click. So that's the first thing you're going to work on is when he looks at you, click. And then you want to give him a treat reasonably fast afterwards. Again, you'll become more proficient at this as you go, but you want to be able to deliver that treat within about 1 to 3 seconds after you click. That way they get the association of clicker to treat. Good job. And you'll find dogs vary, but they will pick up on this pretty fast. And your goal for the next few weeks is to just play this game with them for 1 to 2 times a day. Good. And like I said, what you're going to find is they're going to get faster and faster and faster at looking at you. And you're going to get faster and faster at clicking right when they do look at you and giving a treat right after. Good job. Good. And that's all you do. You only do about 10 to 15 treats at a time. You don't want to do too many because, especially in the beginning, it's a lot of hard work for your dog. So 10 to 15 treats, about 1 to 2 times a day, and wait for the next video and we'll talk about more fun things to do with your dog. But this is going to help build this. Have your dog just sit in an environment that's kind of busy and going on, where the dog is attentive and hanging out, focusing on you. And that's what we're looking for in this first session. Have a good time, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.